Hello and welcome to Healthycoin TV. Why is our project currently not progressing? There are several reasons for this, including the Clarity Act in the USA. That's what we want to talk about today. The situation. Why the Clarity Act was created in the first place. The US crypto market has been characterized by regulatory uncertainty for years. Projects often did not know. Is a token considered a security or a commodity? Which authority is responsible? What requirements apply before and after a token launch? This uncertainty led to selective enforcement actions, lawsuits, projects relocating from the USA, and a massive reluctance to invest. The Clarity Act is the political attempt to finally end this structural uncertainty. The actual core idea of the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act pursues a central goal: clear, predictable, and innovation-friendly rules for digital assets in the USA. Specifically, it aims to regulate when a token is considered a security, when a token is classified as a commodity, when a project is deemed sufficiently decentralized, what disclosure obligations apply, and when the jurisdiction should be clearly separated. SEC for true securities, CFTC for digital commodities. This separation is crucial, and this is exactly where the current problem lies. Why the Clarity Act has not yet taken effect. Although the Clarity Act enjoys broad political support, it is still in legislative transition. This means the legal framework has not yet been fully adopted. Key definitions are still being negotiated. Transitional periods and application dates have not been finalized. For projects, this means there is still no reliable legal certainty. And this is exactly where Healthycoin's perspective comes into play. Healthycoin, a project between innovation and responsibility. Healthycoin operates at the intersection of Web3, health, lifestyle, and incentive models. This means token-based incentive systems, potentially global user base, long-term scalability, real economic utility. Such projects are particularly in the focus of regulatory assessment as they are not purely speculative, do not only represent a community currency, but integrate real usage and reward mechanics. For this reason, regulatory classification is crucial. Why the Clarity Act leads to delays, not acceleration. At first glance, it seems paradoxical. A law for clarity causes delays. In fact, the opposite is true. The reason: the Clarity Act fundamentally changes the rules of the game. Projects must ask themselves, how will our token be classified after it comes into effect? Do we need to adjust disclosures? Do tokenomics need to be changed? Do certain markets need to be excluded initially? A hasty launch before it comes into effect can have fatal consequences. Subsequent reclassification, retroactive requirements, legal vulnerabilities. Therefore, the conscious decision by Healthycoin is therefore pursuing a strategically defensive but ultimately superior approach. Better late, but legally secure, than early and vulnerable. The decision not to fully implement the official launch yet is based on 4 core considerations. 1. Legal certainty. A launch without clarity carries the risk of being deemed non-compliant later. 2. Protection of the community. Healthycoin aims to users, investors, partners not exposed to regulatory risk. 3. Sustainable scaling. A clean legal start facilitates later listings, institutional collaborations, international expansion. 4. Adaptation to future definitions. The Clarity Act clearly defines for the first time decentralized enough, functional utility token, not security-like. Healthycoin actively aligns its structure with these criteria. Therefore, currently the transition. We are working behind the scenes. What's important for you is, Healthycoin is not inactive. On the contrary, the current phase is being used for legal structuring, technical fine-tuning, adjustment of token logic, international scenario planning, preparation for regulatory compliant market entries. This phase is invisible, but crucial. Why patience is a quality characteristic here. Many projects in the past have shown fast launch, aggressive marketing, subsequent regulatory pressure, withdrawals, penalties, or market losses. Healthycoin consciously takes a different path. Not out of weakness, but out of strategic strength. The Clarity Act marks a turning point. Those who position themselves correctly now will benefit for years. The current outlook. As soon as the Clarity Act is passed, clarified, and applicable, Healthycoin can enter the market with clear classification, clean structure, and a robust foundation. Not as a short-term experiment, but as a long-term, regulatory-compliant Web3 project. So let's summarize once again. Healthycoin is not delaying its official launch due to uncertainty, but due to foresight. The Clarity Act is not an obstacle, but the foundation for a clean, sustainable start. This was a statement regarding the current situation concerning the Clarity Act in the USA and why we cannot officially launch our fantastic project yet. There are currently more hurdles from the USA that we will discuss in the next video, so stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. I'm looking forward to seeing you.